Hello, welcome to Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored match build-up show. Liverpool taking on Watford this weekend after Villarreal. I did the final word show with these lads here, Chris and John Machin as well. And I made a big...
You call your dad lad?
No? Lads? Technically.
Lads, technically, yeah.
Anyway, let me get me back on my flow. We did a rather impassioned thing about how, based on what Jurgen Klopp said post-match, that we need to get up like we did for Villarreal and Dortmund every single match. So we're giving this the full bifters. It wasn't written like that, but it's kind of organically shifted that way. Anyway, first and foremost, Chris, still buzzing.
It's obviously the biggest game of the season, this, Paul. Watford. Now we need to keep winning football games. Winning breeds winning. Watford are going to get it in the face, mate.
That being said, and I actually ask you this, Dad, do we need to insulate ourselves against a European insulation? And by this, I mean Champions League or bust. And what I mean by that is, if we win the Europa League,
all our eggs in one,
we get
Europa
we
League
get the Champions League. And if we don't, then we have no European football. And that means we get a straight run at the Premier League next season.
Oh, Paul.
What do you think?
I don't think Klopp is thinking along those lines, personally. I just think he'll play every game as it comes, but with an eye on making sure his best players are available for the final. Because he wants to win it. Simple as that. I think he'll send a team out to beat Watford, but it might not be as strong a team as we could put out if we wanted to. If we were fighting for top four, I think he would probably put his first team out and say to hell with it. But he doesn't have to, and he won't.
The fixtures fall kind of nicely, don't they, Chris?
Mate, I think they're almost perfect to continue this A team, B team stuff we've been doing over the last few weeks. I think Watford's a B team, Chelsea's your A team. That way you have almost a full week, 6 days between games for your A team. West Brom is your B team, and then you go over to Basel for the final with your A team, and it's not disrespecting the Premier League in any way. I just think it is Champions League or bust now, and obviously I want to win the trophy. I want us to get Champions League. I think he'll improve this squad so much more if we've got Champions League. I think we just become a much more attractive proposition for players around Europe. Going, look what he's done in 8 months. 2 finals with a team that wasn't his. Hasn't made a signing apart from some defender that he threw up top, which was probably all orchestrated by Rodgers anyway.
He's gone back to QPR.
Yeah, who's been sacked off. Look what he's done. And now you're looking at going, Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, all the managers who have changed jobs around the Premier League, who are going to take some time to get into their jobs. We could have a run at the title regardless of Champions League football. I am just so buzzing for it now. And the next step on that is making sure that these 18 players get a week to train. Because I think the difference in those players since we started this 18B team has been phenomenal, because they're probably training full bifters on a Friday when ordinarily they'd be resting.
He'll probably need that next season anyway if we are in Europe. He'll need to League Cup and even FA Cup. He may well think, well, B team for that and A team for the other two.
Well, it bodes well for the players who were there, doesn't it? There's probably going to be a lot fewer players getting sacked off this summer than we might actually have thought ahead of time.
It could save us some money because, I think you mentioned it to me a few days ago. I don't think it was on camera, but you were talking about the development of these players and Klopp having to, I don't know if you want to pick this point up, seems it was yours, I don't want to trample it, but you were talking about, he's getting to see these players in Premier League games, and that could save us a few million quid over the summer.
Absolutely. We said it about Kevin Stewart, haven't we? We said it about Joes and what have you. If you can find 5 players who you're comfortable dropping into Premier League, not all at one go, but who can come in and do a job, then the cheapest your squad players are all £5 million players at the top end of the Premier League. They're thereabouts, they'll be swings and roundabouts for stuff, but you don't go out and buy squad players.
He keeps talking up how good his squad is, which is and the fact that he didn't buy anyone in January suggests that he is, you actually have to believe him. I mean, none of us did when he first came. We all thought, what? I think his squad's good enough now. But he obviously still, and to be honest, although they've not been brilliant in every game, there's no doubt they're a much better team now than they were when he...
Well, he said himself, didn't he? He said, when I came in here, people were saying that the team wasn't good enough, and he said that was the only reason I took the job. We said this post-match, the only reason I took the job was I looked at the squad and went, it's a nice little squad. It's a nice little squad of players, that. So yeah, but
he said we've only played badly, really badly, twice, and that was Swansea just recently and Watford away. Yeah. So that's going to add something to this game of the weekend. Because he obviously thinks there's something to be done about that, I would have thought.
Well, I want to pick up on that in 2 seconds. It's time for the trivia question, though. And it's a humdinger this week. There's actually been a lot of players, sticking with the theme I've had recently, there's a lot of players who've played for both teams. I want to know the 2 most recent Liverpool players, as in the players who most recently played for Liverpool, who've also played for Watford. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll give you the answer at the end of the show, so stay tuned. You mentioned it there, Dad. Chris, we were at the game. The Watford away game was one of the worst things I'd ever seen in my life. A lot of it was Adam Bogdan's fault, but we won't go too much into that. Do we play for revenge in this game? Or do we go out with a full-on, like, Bournemouth-style team full of kids?
You'll have to watch me start 11 predictions show for the full lineup, and thanks again to John for sorting out some of the problems with it. I could have just recorded it again. It took me 2.5 minutes, but I didn't bother because we're in a bit of a rush today. I think it's BT, mate. I think it's kids all the way. I think the football club will want revenge, but there might be 2 players who started that Watford game playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, there is a thing that for us, it was very difficult for me going into the Villarreal game because it's hard as a fan to disassociate your A team, B team thing when you lose. When you win in games, you don't give a toss who's on the pitch, honestly. But when the fact that we've gone in on the back of 2 defeats, I was back in that mentality of I don't know which Liverpool's going to turn up. So although we've just proven, again, we don't need to win this game. There's no pressing need for Liverpool to beat Watford. But I want to see Liverpool win every football match.
And I think Klopp does as well. And I don't think he'll put a team out that's not capable of winning it. Undoubtedly, there will be a different set of players than played against Villarreal, but there'll still be Joe Allen, there'll still be Benteke, there will still be Lucas, still be players in there who are top-class professional footballers. Yeah. So
I can't see him making the same mistake as last weekend in regards to the centre midfield. I can't see. Is that a little right smile from Chris there? Yeah. I personally, anyway, I can't see it being Kirveyer and Stewart getting a chance again. I think you'll have to put a senior player in there because that was a mistake. I think he dropped the bollock in his selection for the game last week because that midfield got completely and utterly bullied in the first half. So that's one thing for me. But is there anyone from Thursday, anyone who started against Villarreal who you think should start in this game?
I think, and this is more down to John's reasoning on it, I think Brad Smith's suspended, so one of the fullbacks is going to have to play because we don't know what's going on with Flanagan. So that leaves you Randall, Klein, Menino.
I would suspect, of course I suspected this last week as well, that Flanagan might well be back for this because Klopp spoke about it, didn't he, with the Flanagan stuff, and he said it's literally just about his recovery. That he's in the same position Sturridge was in January, that he needs to go and have a pre-season almost to get himself physically capable because it's taken him 3 or 4 days to recover from a match, which is not a healthy position to be in. So he's had a few weeks off now. Could be a Flanagan, but you're right. I guess that's, if he's not, then one of those 2 is definitely started. Okay, man of the match prediction. Good luck with this. Who do you think is going to be the key man for Liverpool in this game?
Benteke.
Damn it! Yes, that is clearly the answer. Yeah. Oh no,
Oh no, it's Christian Benteke. Yeah, it's Christian Benteke, and I'll let you go and watch the starting 11. I'll predict something big about Christian Benteke on it.
Okay.
But it's Christian Benteke for this game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. And we've talked about him. He's still got a role to play this season. Look, we've got the Chelsea game to come as well. Is that Wednesday? He played really well against Chelsea when he came on.
He's also got to think to himself, I've still got a shot at a place in the UEFA Cup final if I can get some form.
Absolutely.
If I can start banging some goals in.
That's it. And I think this is it. I'd hope Daniel Sturridge gets wrapped in cotton wool, stick him in an ice bath for the weekend and get him ready
Or
for
some
the
like
Chelsea
European
game.
insulation you were talking about on one
Yeah,
of the
for the
shows.
European insulation, absolutely. Keeps the heat in as well, it's great. So, yeah, Benteke all day, he's absolutely going to start this game. It's a big opportunity for him to get himself some more minutes under his belt, get himself in the goals again.
I think the same will be said probably of Joe Allen. I think he'll get a game, and I think Lucas will get a game, and those three have a lot to aim for, don't they?
Martin Skrtel,
yeah.
I think he's
the
got.
least said about him.
I'll be perfectly honest on it. I think he's got two. He's got 2 more games left this season. The way I see it, he's going to play for Liverpool. They could well be his last 2 games for Liverpool.
Saying that now that he's not sat near you.
I know, yeah. Yikes. But the thing about Skrtel is as well is Kolo Touré's a million years old. He will be nailed on to play against Chelsea and in the final because of the way it's lined up. But there's also no guarantees that Touré will be fit come the 18th of May for whatever reason, due to age-related, cramp-related issues.
He didn't get it though.
No, not probably got it now. He's probably just climbed the stairs and got it. Delayed
He's
reaction.
phoned up, boss, cramp. No, I'm not coming in today.
Nah, just in bed, sat looking at his legs. So Martin Skrtel, look, I think he's got 2 things. A, he needs to make himself the best understudy he can possibly be. Look, the big show's opening on the 18th of May. The main actors, looks like he's got it nailed on. You're the understudy, but if he comes down with anything at any point, you want to be ready and primed to step into the spotlight. And in addition to that, I think he's got 2 games to prove himself a Liverpool player. And I know he's had 10 years to do that as well. So maybe he's left it a bit late if he's leaving it to the last 2 games. But, Sakho, we still don't know exactly what the extent of Sakho's ban's going to be. Do we need, if Kolo Touré is going to go, we're not going to have Sakho, are you getting rid of Skrtel as well? If he's garbage, you just do, because you might get a few million in him. But Martin Skrtel could earn himself.
You'd have to say that he's fallen down the pecking order in Klopp's eyes, because he wouldn't be playing Kolo ahead of him otherwise. Absolutely. I mean, Martin Skrtel of a couple of years ago, who was playing really, really well, would walk into the team at the moment, wouldn't he? But clearly he's not at that level at the moment.
Yeah. So, I think there's some interesting suggestions for that anyway. Let us know your man of the match predictions in the comments below. Scores, Dan, what do you think?
2-0.
Okay, well, good.
2-1.
Okay.
I think Deeney causes problems again.
Yeah.
The Gallo hasn't scored in a million years either, so it's probably a Deeney assist, the Gallo goal. But I'm backing Kirivea to get 2. So
yeah. So let's go 3-2 Liverpool. I wouldn't mind a bit of a mad goal fest at Anfield. I can live with that. Okay, score predictions in the comments below as well. Trivia answer.
The only player I can remember who played for Watford and Liverpool was John Barnes, and I've no idea who else you're talking about.
So there's actually a host of them.
I mean, I remember a few of them, but I don't know the ones. You've said no to all the ones that I've said.
John Barnes, no. David James, no. It's actually, and I had no idea. I'm just going off what I've seen. I would never have got this off the top of my head.
David Thompson.
No. Jermaine Pennant.
Really?
Yeah, and Albert Riera. I know.
The Albert Riera that played for us, played for Watford.
Ronnie Rosenthal as well. Didn't know that either.
No, didn't know that either.
There you go. So yeah, I told you it was a humdinger. I had absolutely no idea. That was great. So there you go. If you got that right, give yourself a huge pat on the back. If you want to win
Google.
a signed Adam Lallana football, you can. There's one up for grabs. Very simple to do it.
Yeah.
Just watch
the end card.
Watch the end card and click through and do it. How would you like to win this Puma football signed by none other than Adam Lallana? Well, you can. It's dead easy. Click the annotation there. Go through to the Ball Street YouTube channel. Find my 5 things that Liverpool need to do this transfer window video. And just simply subscribe and comment below to win. You've got to subscribe. You've got to comment. And you can win this tremendous Lallana football.